it's a great thing to be asked to record these three fantastic cycles, the three Schubert cycles for Wigmore Live, the first of which has just been released, Die Schöne Müllerin. But it adds an extra weight to your performance to know that perhaps this is going to be the one and only incarnation of your Die Schöne Müllerin that's ever listened to, and so
it's live,
But I think that gives it a certain immediacy and a fluency of performance which studio recordings sometimes lack. I'm not saying all the time, but especially when it's a cycle, the temptation is in the studio to take things out of order, to say, well, my voice is better for this song at this time in the day. And I was talking to somebody about it the other day, and what happens in live performance is that sometimes you might just on a whim commit to a sort of new interpretation of a phrase, a new way of singing it, which you think, in a recording studio you might back out of. But once the decision has been made on the concert platform, you have to follow it through. And sometimes that can lead you to places that you never really expected to get to.
You're on the crest of run, aren't you?
There we are.
There's no turning back.
Exactly. You're on the wave and you have to surf it, know. And these little wobbles and little course corrections that you make and new turns that you make within the cycle, those are the moments of discovery. Those are the flashes of inspiration that hopefully these, if there were any in my performances, I think there were a few, but that's what hopefully this live recording will then capture.
Well, and it also stops you getting traumatized in the studio about, here I am recording perhaps the most recorded, most iconic bit of Lieder ever. Absolutely. You're just doing it.
That's it. And these are how these pieces must be.
Yeah.
They must be reinvented every single time, fresh. And that's what I tried to do when I went back to the score with the help of Graham Johnson, without whom, he's
well, what he doesn't know about that piece is not worth knowing.
Absolutely. But what Graham manages is this incredible balance between an academic appreciation of these works and a performer's soul. And he puts these two things together to make a formidable partner for these cycles. And he led me... What he actually did was just... He encouraged me to look at these pieces with fresh eyes, blank sheets of paper, look at the markings. Let's see what Schubert actually wrote, not what we have over the years come to anticipate that we should hear through various performance practices that have grown up. And we did various things. We tinkered with the keys, because the baritone, the problem with the baritone singing this cycle sometimes is in the very comfortable middle Peters transpositions, it can sound just a bit of a rumble, and there's nothing very vulnerable about him. And the tenor sits in these very precarious keys, really scraping the top of the range sometimes. It makes it very difficult to sing for them. And we tried to raise the stakes a little and put my voice just slightly on the edge of its comfort zone, and thereby find a little bit of this kind of frailty, a little bit of vulnerability, which I think is essential to the character of this poor boy who ends up killing himself.